Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I decided to sit down and come back to these tags that I had worked on during the last live. I used a couple of them for my swap, so I pulled out a few more to put napkins on, and then I also want to put something on the back. This one I sewed around by accident before I got paper on the back, so I might just leave it as is. I haven't decided yet, or I might just put the paper inside the stitching, but I mean it can still be written on like it is. It really doesn't matter. But anyway, so the first thing I'm going to do is put some more napkins on. I was watching Tina, who is Shabby Dabby Doodah, and she was doing some simple, like, flip out journaling pages with a pocket on the front. And so I, of course, monkeyed that idea and did up 12 of those. So we also might work on these today too if we get to them. I'm not sure if I really want to decorate them or do anything yet, because I probably am going to cut them down a little bit. She cut hers down a little bit too. And since I don't really have the pages together yet that I'm putting them on, I might just glue them, but you know, like glue the pocket down, but then leave the rest of it as is for now until I figure out where they're going to go and how big they need to be and stuff. So also I want to apologize for the video that I did, my show and tell. When I was unrolling those piano rolls, I was not aware that I was over by my mic, and that made a horrendous noise. So I am sorry about that. I didn't notice that until I was watching it back. And it wasn't really worth it to redo the whole video, but I just wanted to apologize for that. I am trying to be more aware of where that microphone is and what it might be picking up, because it is quite a powerful microphone. It is not only for streaming, but it is also for recording songs and, you know, like for singing and recording music and stuff. So it is a I think it's a pretty good microphone. So anyway, I am trying to be more aware of what is going on with that. Let me grab a brush from over here. Okay, and let's see, it was the blue napkins that I used, these ones right here, so I want to make some more of these. So what are you guys all up to today? It is Saturday. Looks like a beautiful day outside. I have not been outside. I have been busy in the house. My poor daughter, I had her go get the mail, as she generally does, and I did not know there was a heavy box in the mail, and poor kid had to carry that all the way in here along with another box of my supplements. So I felt kind of bad for sending her out there to get all that heavy stuff, especially because she's not feeling the greatest. But I didn't realize that either, because she didn't tell me until she got back that she was having a little dizziness and stomach problem, which tends to happen about this time. I would be so happy if that kid would not have any more headache problems or migraines or any of that. Nobody likes it when their kid is suffering. especially from such a regular kind of thing, you know. So, but anyway, the heavy box was I had ordered a mystery box just to kind of test it out. It was someone that Gail Agostinelli had shown some Happy Mail, I think, that she got from this person, and she had some really cool stuff. And so I went on her website and I saw that she had this mystery box. And I mean, I can't complain. The value is well beyond, you know, the 20 bucks that I paid for it. But for me, the problem is that the box was probably 3/4 full of woodblock stamps. Now, for somebody who is just starting out and doesn't have a lot of stamps, that would have been a jackpot for them. For me, it was like, oh goodness, what am I going to do with all these stamps? So, and a lot of them are Christmas, and they're cute. I mean, I'm not complaining per se. It's just, you know, when you get a mystery box like that, you take a chance of what you're going to get. It just wasn't any of the cool stuff that, you know, she had sent Gail. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start sending those stamps with Happy Mail, so that I'll just share them with other people. And like I said, it's not that they're not cute stamps. They are. They're really cute stamps. I just don't happen to need a box full of wood-mounted stamps. So hopefully the people that I send them to will. And it's not like I'm, you know, sending them a whole box. And of course, anybody, anytime you get something from me, if you can't use it, please feel free to gift it forward to somebody who will. I'm not one of those people that's ever had an issue with anybody that I give a gift if they can't use it or don't like it, for them to gift it to somebody else. I would much rather someone do that than put it away, you know, and never use it. So I'd rather somebody got some use out of stuff, you know. So I don't do mystery boxes very often, but I just thought, yeah, I'll give it a try, see what I get. And there was like some cute lace in there and some napkins, and it wasn't just stamps. It's just that was the majority. And that was why also it was so heavy. So I felt bad for, you know, sending my daughter out there to have to carry that in. And of course that napkin wrinkled up on me, so now and I just did my nails, so I really don't want to get them in the glue. I think I'll just leave well enough alone and either trim that off or just ink it. I have often found inking the edges of things can hide a world of mistakes or whoopsies. So, you know, there's always ways to fix things. So anyway, so yeah, I just did a video earlier of that, you know, that show and tell one that I already put up, and doing a little bit of cleaning here and there. Not a lot yet. I haven't got into my major cleaning yet that I want to get done before I start my new job. But yeah, I definitely kind of taking it easy this weekend. Not really doing a whole lot just yet. That will come though. I have a lot of stuff that I want to get done before I get started on this store setup, because I have a feeling I'm going to be working a lot of hours and am going to be too tired to do much here at home. So I want to have the main stuff done and ready to go. Maybe have some meals in the freezer, and I just want to get prepared for, you know, what could be kind of a couple weeks of a lot of work. don't know that yet. I won't know that until I go to my orientation, but I did watch a video. There was a gal from a few years ago, though, and in another state. She was there for the opening of a Hobby Lobby, and she did a slideshow video kind of thing of pictures during the whole setup. And she talked in another video about, you know, the amount of hours they worked. I think it was like 12-hour days they worked to get ready. Now, we have a little bit longer time frame than they normally have. Like the guy that interviewed me told me normally they only have a couple weeks to get a store ready, but ours, they actually have 4 weeks. So I guess that's got to be a better deal than trying to do it in 2. So I don't know. We'll find out. But I figure it's better to be prepared as best I can than to not, you know. And besides, what can it hurt to have your house all clean, right? Let's see, I'll do one more. I think I only used 2 of the blue, and I used 1 of these. I mean, not that it matters because they're all going in different journals anyway, but I do like these napkins. These are really pretty. I couldn't begin to tell you where I got these from because I get them from all over. Live sales and Etsy shops, Happy Mail. I don't think you can ever go too wrong sending napkins in Happy Mail. I think just about everybody likes to get them. Just creating these for a base. I will decorate them more once I get the napkin part done. Whoops. Told the girls Thursday when I left work, I said, let's just say see you later and just pretend like it's a regular day, because if you guys talk about me not coming back and missing me and stuff, you're going to make me cry. And I didn't want to cry at work or leaving work or whatever. But of course they couldn't go along with that. They're like, we can't even give you a hug. So it's nice to have that kind of friendship with people that you've worked with. And the majority of them, I do have that with. There's only a few newer ones that I'm not close with like that. But a lot of the gals, I've worked with them for several years now, so it's it wasn't easy to make the decision to leave, that's for sure. But it was becoming more and more clear to me that for whatever reasons, they weren't going to hire me. So I can't just keep subbing my whole life, you know. I mean, I suppose I probably could, but it's just a stressful way to do things, you know, because I never know how many hours I'm going to have, and just would like to have a little more stability, you know. So just seemed like I was more and more compelled to apply at Hobby Lobby. I mean, when I first heard they were coming in, I was excited that they were coming in, but I really didn't have any intentions of applying for a job. And then it's just like all of a sudden it just became more and more of a, I don't know, like I just felt compelled to apply. Like maybe that could be my forever job, you know. So as the time got closer, I became more and more feeling like I should, you know, just go apply. So I did. So we shall see. We shall see where that goes and what happens with that. I'm excited. I'm nervous, but I'm excited for it too. It's a big change though, and I don't know too many people that like change, especially the older that you get. It seems like you're more content with what you're comfortable with. So it's been a while since I've worked that kind of job. Okay. Okay. Thought about going live while I was doing this, but I find it hard to concentrate too much on what I'm trying to make when I'm live, because I'm also trying to pay attention to the conversation, and I know I'm missing things, and I don't like to miss them, and I don't get as much done because I'm constantly looking at the chat. So I mean, it's fun. I like to hang out with you guys, and I like to be able to have that, you know, that interaction that you don't really get in a video. I mean, if you guys leave comments, I get some interaction, but for the most part, it's pretty much just me talking to myself here, trying to think of things to tell you guys about that might be somewhat interesting while I'm doing this at the same time. And I don't know if people get tired of listening to me talk and would rather I just be quiet and do my work so they can work alongside. But I don't know. For me, I know I like to watch Gail Agostinelli, of course. I mean, I talk about her all the time. And I love the stories that she shares and the things that she shares with us about her grandkids and, you know, what she has going on in her life and what she and her husband have been doing. So, I mean, I guess I just assume that if I like to hear that stuff, that, you know, maybe you guys do too. I like to know what's going on with my friends and what they've been up to, so, you know, I think most of us do. And I actually had to call my son today. He having a good day today, so he didn't really need to talk to Mom as much as on the days when he's, you know, sometimes we get in our head a little too much and we start to overthink things and get going what I call that stinking thinking, where we start to focus on the negative, what we don't have and what we want, and, you know, looking at the cup half empty instead of half full kind of thing. And so when he gets into that frame of mind, he tends to need, you know, Mom to talk him back into where, you know, where he needs to be for his thinking, you know. But today he's having a good day, so he hadn't called me, so I called him to just check on him, see how things were going. And excuse me, I gotta get a drink. See how he was doing. And also to make sure he didn't call me while I was filming. I really should go rinse this brush. I don't know if I can pause during videotaping or not. I'm going to try it. I guess if it don't work, I'll just start over, but I'll be right back. Okay, as far as I can tell, I was able to pause that and then just take it off pause and keep going. So that's good to know. I never knew I could do that. I am still figuring out how to use this camera. So I also dried these a little bit while I was paused and rinsed out my brush. Just repunching the holes where I covered them with the napkin. Got that reinforcer around them. Sometimes it's hard to punch it back through. That one's already punched and that one's already punched. Okay, so now I just have to, I want to put some paper on the back of them. It's kind of boring stuff, I guess. I mean, there's nothing exciting about watching me do this part, but I'm just going to grab some of this beautiful coffee dyed paper that Judy Evans Parker had done for me a little bit ago, and so it's a little bit torn, so I'm just gonna use this on the back of these. Got my art glitter glue. I need to be thinking about ordering some more of this too. I have the refill bottle, but we're heading into the, well, hopefully not too fast, but we are heading towards those colder months where I won't be able to get this, and I don't want to run out now that I've gotten to where I really like it. So make sure I've got it. Ever since I lost my pin and cleaned this tip out and stuff, it still doesn't want to come out very good. I don't know. I don't know if it got completely cleaned out or not. I thought it did. Right now it's not wanting to come out though. It is a little bit. Still working, just not like I would like it to. Oh, there's a goober that came out. Maybe it was just plugged a little bit. Okay. That one there. I got some of these eye pins from Amazon that are the stainless steel. So I never did find my pin, and I still haven't found my ring that came up missing. And I can't find the first bit of jewelry that I got from Cheryl. I was going to wear my blue necklace and earrings with my outfit for my interview, and yeah, I couldn't find it. I'm sure it's around here somewhere. I still have a mess around this desk area that I need to clean up. Probably set it to the side somewhere and forgot. You know how it goes. Just going to glue as many on here as I can, and then I'll cut them all off. I haven't been having to take my son to work as much and pick him up because he got his hours cut. They hired a bunch of new people. It still isn't wanting to come out of there. Oh, good Lord, where'd my pin go? But anyway, of course, when they hire the new people, they have to be trained. And so then he didn't get as many hours. Kind of like a catch-22 for him, because sometimes he likes having the time off. You know what? I can't deal with that tip right now. It's bugging me. Just do it this way. I'm not trying to do fine gluing anyway right now. Definitely gonna have to figure out what's going on with that tip though. It's like he wants to work the hours, but then when he does work a lot of hours, it's like, oh, I wish I had a day off. We're never satisfied, are we? It's like first we want to work and then we don't. It's like we always want what we don't have. Nature of the beast. Nature of the human beast, for sure. That one I just did, it's still a little bit sticky. Just a little bit sticky. You have to be careful now not to squeeze too much out because I don't want it quite so thick. If I can fit one more on here. Nope, that tear is going to be in the way. So it looks like that's all I'm going to get on this one. Pin's a little bit bent, so it doesn't want to go down in there really good. That last week, well, it was my last week, but it also happened to be last week. They started, our town is doing, or our school system, whatever you want to call it, we're doing like a trial balanced school year with just a few of the students. So the ones that are doing that actually started school last week. Well, the teachers had come back and did some more clearing out of the stuff that they don't want. And usually, you know, the end of the school year, they do a lot of that, which I did get some things at that time too. But anyway, they had put some more stuff out on the free table. And I got quite a bit of stuff. It's still out in the back of my SUV. I need to bring that in so I can show you guys what I got. Mostly books. And of course, books that are going to inspire me to do journals that I hadn't planned on doing, you know, certain themes. So, but that's all right. If I got the resources to make them, I might as well, right? So I told one of the other parapros that I worked with for quite a while, she and I are the ones that are always getting stuff off the tables for crafts, or she gets stuff for her grandson or whatever. So I told her that now that I won't be there anymore, she's going to have to scout out those freebies for me now and grab stuff. She's like, I'll just take my camera over to the table and film stuff and be showing you what's there. You can tell me what you want. I'm like, hey, that works for me. If you want to mess around with it, I'll take it. The sad thing is that a lot of these ladies that I am close with, that I've known for a long time, they're all going to be retiring in the next few years anyway. And even if I had got hired there, I would be left behind because, you know, they've all worked there for several years as regular, you know, employees. So they're ready to be thinking about retirement and being done. Whereas me, I'll probably, you know, work till I can't work anymore. So, although the one lady, I mean, she's kind of doing that too. She's already in her 60s, so the one that I was telling you about that, you know, I'm quite close with. Sweatshirt. It's like I put a sweatshirt on, then my sleeves are in my way, so I'm pushing them up, but if I take it off, then I get cold because I have the air turned up because the way this townhouse is, it's hot for my daughter upstairs, but, you know, I'm in the middle level, and I get cold, which I don't generally get cold, period, except for, you know, when I'm just sitting in air conditioning. But anyway, so I'm cold down here, and then downstairs in the basement, it's even colder. So it's like each level gets a little cooler. I told her she could take my fan out of my room and use that, but, you know, that's just unnecessary noise. It's like, okay, you are a teenager. That's what that paper looks like. I mean, I wouldn't have to put the paper on there. I just, I don't know. I just like the way it looks. I think it makes it look more vintagey, more, I don't know. It just gives it more finished, a more finished look of what I like, I guess. I have no clue what the ladies are going to like that I'm making them for. I'm thinking about typing up a little explanation, you know, like of what junk journals are and, you know, what they're for and stuff, just in case they've never heard of them. I come across a lot of people who have no idea what a junk journal is. Like, what do you mean junk journal? What is that? So, just because I probably won't, they probably won't see me is what I'm getting at. For me to explain anything about them, they'll just get them from the administration that I drop them off to, I guess. I don't really know. It's my other ministry partner that found out about them having a need and brought it to my attention. And of course, she knew that I would want to do this, so. Okay, we need some more paper. We'll put this in the scraps bag. My scraps bag's getting kind of full. I'm going to need I think I'm going to need a bin or something pretty soon to put it in, although I will be using those for decorating and stuff. I want to try and use the pages that are a little more thin as opposed to the thicker ones that could go in the books. Oh. You guys believe Judy did all this for me? All this different kind of paper she did. Here's another one that's kind of short. Oh, that's some of the Braille paper. I'll use that one for now. I'm not going to get too many out of this one either. Put it on top of my Mod Podge, that way I'll know where it's at. Oh, it seems to be working now. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why it works 1 minute and 1 minute it don't, but maybe I got air in it or something earlier. Hard to say. Certainly makes it a lot easier not to use too much glue when you use the finer tip. Oh, that one's already done. Also, I don't want too much glue because of the sewing. That noise bother anybody? I apologize if it does. By the edge. It's funny because I had first heard of this glitter glue a long time before I actually got it. It seemed like any time I thought about getting it was in the winter time when I couldn't get it. It's like, oh, you can't get it right now. I guess that's not going to work. So if you guys are crafting along with me, you'll have to leave me a comment and let me know what you were working on while you were crafting along. That's always fun to know. And I know we don't always have time to leave comments, and I get that. I don't always leave a comment on every video either, so. But if you can, it's cool to know. I wonder how that would work if I did just glue it over top of that. How bad though. Well, I got most of it covered. It's just that little bit. I might just go for that. What is that? Is it missing or is it folded? Oh, it's just folded. I might be able to fix that and make it work. Here we go. A little more glue right there. Here we go. Okay. Put the pin back in. Need to get some beads on that pin or another one. This one's a little bent, like I was saying. I might just have to do another one. Make sure those are all on there good. Bring that little guy back over here so I don't lose him. It's been pretty quiet around here today. It's unusual for a weekend. I don't know what happened to my other neighbors. I haven't really seen anybody around over there. I have neighbors, I have neighbors all over, but for like where I live, in this grouping, there's 4 townhouses in one big building, or all connected. You guys know what I mean. You've seen where I live. I've shown you videos. But anyway, they used to be ones that would play loud music a lot, or they had a really good sound system or something, because I constantly was hearing noise from them. And I haven't heard one little peep in weeks. But I did see what looked like possibly some moving one day. But I did not see, and not that I'm like constantly watching. I'm not one of those people watching out the window all the time. It's just whether I happen to catch it. But usually you hear the noise, you know, when people are moving. And I really didn't catch that unless, you know, I was at work or something like that. But got punch holes in. These are punched. Okay. So I don't know. I don't know if they moved out and they just left stuff behind, because there is stuff on the porch. Or maybe they've been, I don't know, maybe they've been gone on vacation or something. I don't know. I'm not going to complain. It's been nice to have it more quiet. But then, of course, then the neighbors moved in on the other side with the boys that scream all the time. And they're always playing their music outside or with their door open to where it sounds like it's right outside. And I'm a music lover, don't get me wrong. I love music, and I'm all for everybody enjoying their music too. But when your music is so loud that I can't hear my TV in my house, I don't know. I just kind of have a problem with that. It doesn't work for me. Kids and screaming and stuff, I mean, to a point, there's something you can do about that. But I mean, you know, if there's kids, there's going to be noise. And I really would not want someone to have to constantly be telling their child, quiet, quiet. You know, you can't do this, you can't do that. I'm all for kids having a little bit of freedom to be a kid, you know. That I could ignore. I'm used to ignoring kid noise. But, yeah. Let me get a drink real quick. Whoops, I got caught in the cord. And I find this kind of stuff very relaxing. I wish I could play, you know, music in the background while we're here working and chatting. But of course, we all know we can't do that. Corner's not quite down, but that's all right, because I'm going to grab the sewing machine here in a minute. It's funny how fast time goes by. My counter there's saying I'm already at 43 minutes, and it seems like I just started. But I guess I know, yeah, I know, but we all know is what I was trying to say. How we can get in these little time bubbles when we're crafting, and time goes by and all of a sudden it's, you know, 1 in the morning and you're like, oh no, I gotta go to work. That happened to me once. I was working on a project that was within a time constraint, and I was needing to get it done, and so I was just going, trying to get it finished, and I happened to you know, do that where I looked at the clock and I was like, oh no, I gotta get to bed. I gotta get up in a couple hours. That was a rough day, I must admit. Let's see, I got these. Well, this is a, I don't really want me. I want the back to be able to be journaled on. That's why I don't want to use the music. Kind of a music page. I haven't seen very many people live today either. People probably out and about, got things to do. I thought, like I said, I thought about going live. Probably ought to end this soon. I'm starting to repeat myself. You start repeating yourself, you know it's time to stop. That's too funny. I just bent that pin some more. Cover this one that I stitched. The stitching isn't that great. That's the one I had a hard time. My thread kept breaking for some reason. Probably has to do with that whole tension thing. I'm not going to begin to pretend that I've got that all figured out yet. I just kind of set stuff and go and hope it works. I don't really... I mean, I know that if it's, you know, not working and it's tightening up and stuff, that it's probably too tight and I need to loosen it. But I haven't really read all the stuff on, see, now it's not wanting to come out again. I haven't read all the stuff on, like, for what types of things you put at what tension and what stitches and all of that. And honestly, I'm thinking that my, I usually have, it seems like, one big ticket item that I want by the time it comes time for the refund check to come from income tax. And I do my deductions purposely to where I get more taken out so that I get more back, which I'm sure a lot of people do that. But I want to get a new sewing machine. I want to get one of the ones that has like all the fancy stitches and stuff, because I'm really loving sewing on paper. And I actually have done a few fabric projects too. That I mostly glued, but I've done some sewing. But I'm venturing out more and more. And I just kind of feel like it would be nice to have a machine that has some more fancier stitches. And the one that I got, I mean, it was good for, you know, when I first started. I didn't know anything about anything. Not that I know much now, but it was a good little machine to start with. But now that I've discovered this love for sewing, especially on paper, I just want to get something that gives me more options. We all like more choices, right? I definitely am a variety girl. I like to have me some choices. So, okay, I think we've got, oops, I just totally threw that in the wrong spot. I think we've got paper on everything now. I just need to punch holes. And I have one extra one, so I gotta remember that when I get done. I'm making extras so I have a sample, like ideas sample. I have a project idea for that as well that I will share with you guys eventually. I definitely don't have the problem of not having enough things that I want to make. I have more things that I want to make than I have time for, which I think is the case for most of us. I think I have enough projects to last me until probably the day they put me in the incinerator and burn me up. I'll have you know, Brooke, you probably aren't watching my videos because you probably don't have time, but I probably should let you know that I have told my daughter that if anything happens to me, to get in touch with you so you can sell my stuff and get some money for my kids. I told my daughter, don't you dare throw my stuff out. You get a hold of Brooke and she'll come and she'll sell stuff. She'll do a live sale. I kind of laugh, but I'm really serious about that. Okay. I guess it doesn't matter that you can't see the sewing on the back. You can see it on the front. All right. So now, let's grab that sewing machine. It is kind of nice, you know, that it is just this little compact dealio, because it is easy to just lift it off the shelf. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this around my camera. Hold on. I'm gonna unplug the cords. I don't think you guys are gonna be able to see what I'm doing with my setup the way it is. There's no way I'm gonna, yeah, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do that. So sorry about that. It's not that exciting anyway. I mean, it's just a matter of going around it. I need to find my foot pedal though. Since I keep it plugged in, I got to make sure I have my foot pedal where I'm not going to bump it accidentally, because, you know, then I'll make my sewing machine go. And we don't want that. So I'm just doing a little zigzaggy type stitch just all the way around the outside. So here we go. So make sure my thread is where I need it to be. You know, and this part might be kind of boring, so, you know, if it is, because I'm really just sewing around all of these, and if you guys want to fast forward past this, you can. It's just how I did it. Just got the little zigzaggy all the way around. Just using a beige kind of colored thread. I kind of just use what I have in there until it's gone, and then I figure out what I want to use next, you know. Not really, woo, 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 what's going on? My thread's making a weird noise. It was catching or something, I don't know. The bobbin's getting towards the end because I accidentally caught the thread with my foot and strung it clear across the living room one day. Lost half my thread that way. That was unfortunate. Okay. Looks like whoever sewed this was a little bit drunk or something. Oh well. It went a little a little in there, but oh well. That's all right. That's all right. We are not going to sweat the small stuff, that's for sure. It is still a learning process. I'm a perfectionist about some things, but not about sewing. Whoops. Okay, what's the problem? Come on, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Come on. I got something caught up in there wrong. Just love it when that happens. What happened with my thread? There we go. I probably waste more thread by not knowing what I'm doing than anything else, but that's all right. That's all right. We are not going to worry about it. Not at all. There are too many other things in life that we can worry about. Done. How you doing in there, Mr. Bobbin? Are we still going strong? I don't know about strong, but we're still going. Fly away, thread, fly away. How many times I've tried to pull that out of there with the needle still in the paper. Oh, whoops. Guess you got to make sure that needle's up before you pull it out. Okay. You guys still with me? Did you get bored and moved on? I wouldn't blame you if you did. I'm having fun, but it's probably pretty boring for you all. I don't know why that does that. It's like if the needle's not down, it's not gonna go. It's not. Okay, well, let's see if it's still working then. It might not be. Nope, my thread broke maybe. What is my malfunction here? Ooh, something sounds crunchy, don't it? Something's going on with my thread, I think. Okay. Not sure what the malfunction is because everything is still threading through. Bobbin's being a little weird though. I think that bobbin's just getting at the end and it's getting wonky. Let's see if we can finish this card at least, or this tag. Wait a minute. That's not the one I was doing. This one. Oh, good Lord. Got like major knottage right here. Right here. Major knottage. Well, I don't think we're going to try and take that out, but I think we're going to try and see if we can at least finish him up. Nope. All right, then. And we are going to call that done. And see what's the haps with this. Oh, I see what, look at this. I'll show you guys the problem. This bobbin is all caught up in itself. Do you see that? It's like, you can't tell because my camera's not going to focus, but it's all under itself under there. Really, people? Really? Is this how we do this? Okay, so this is the end of the, good night, Irene. The very end of the bobbin is getting caught with the end of the bobbin that I'm actually using. But you know what? It's close enough to being done that I am not going to try to put that back in there. You know what? We've been going an hour, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and end this here. I am going to put a new bobbin in my machine and finish sewing on these cards or tags. And I will come back with the next craft with me and we will decorate the tags. All right, so thanks for watching and thanks for hanging out with me. Don't forget, if you have a chance, if you have time, let me know what you are working on with me and I will see you next time. Thanks, you guys. Bye-bye.